decide to write a book about dating vampires? Well, it's really kind of a tricky business, so I didn't think people should be doing it without some guidance. There are so many logical reasons to want to be with a vampire that I actually had to devote an entire chapter to it. But you know what? There's a lot more going on with vampires than the fact that they'd have a really excellent Match.com profile with the perfect, the immortal, the sexy, the powerful. Actually, the other thing that's happening is that darkness factor. Because there's a lot of things that aren't socially acceptable to one in a mate that women deep down are kind of attracted to. And in real life, we don't get to be that swoony, bodice-rippy kind of way. So in our fantasies, we kind of like to indulge that. And vampires really got that going on. There's a lot of arguing these days about who's better, Dracula or Edward, Bill or Eric. But you know what? I like all kinds of vampires, and I say variety is the spice of undeath. So sometimes I do kind of prefer the gentlemanly kind of vampire because you can get to know all his beauty and all about his great history without worrying that he's going to exsanguinate you suddenly. My favorite vampire in the book is a guy named Connor, who's actually very heroic. And if you read it, you find out exactly what my history is with him. Yeah, sometimes I like the mean ones just as much. Like my friends Gunnar and Mordred, they're bad vampires, but in a good way. And they would never really hurt you. You know, sometimes a woman gets so tired of being good all the time, you just really want to explore the other side, and I call that being ready for nasty. And sometimes I am. Of course, there's always the truly evil vampires, the ones that don't mean well at all, and I'd like to say I have nothing to do with that kind of guy, but I do. So if you want to read about me and Dr. Stephen Gray, it's all in the book. Bella and Sookie both do a pretty good job dating vampires. Now, I would tell Bella she should have more of a sense of humor about it, because that helps keep things in balance and gets you through the rough spots. And Sookie, I tell her it's okay to surrender to your vampire. You know, people like her who have to be so strong all the time, they need an outlet for that, and that's what vampires are for. Well, of course you do. That's why I wrote this book, just for you. And you know what? If you have something else you want to know, you can go to howtocatchandkeepavampire.com, submit your question, and I'll be able to help you even more. This red satin ribbon on my wrist? Aha! All is revealed in the book.